Hello everybody and welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise, or I should really say Rajang Hunter Rise.
Hello.
Today we are doing Mayfire Quell Fury because Pedalace. We could do a Blaze Amongst Beasts, but this one has a lower reward, so it's supposed to be easier. I feel bad for anybody that doesn't know the mechanic to Rajang, that you cannot capture him while he's enraged. I mean, I didn't know it and was very confused my first time trying to capture him. And I didn't know it was a thing with Zenogre, who thankfully isn't part of that one. I'm totally not just making this go longer as I look for my sunglasses. Oh, there they are. I should have found these before I started the episode, but I didn't, so, you know, that's how it works. Let's get going. Here we are. Wait. I thought this was in the lava caverns. I'm an idiot. Sunglasses off. I don't need them. I was just basing that off of the frickin' name of the quest. This is lava caverns, but no. This isn't the lava caverns. I'm an idiot. You're all probably sitting there like, Steph, it's not the lava caverns. You don't need your sunglasses. I figured that out. Amazing, right? This snowy biome is not the lava caverns. Did you guys know that? It's amazing. There's no lava anywhere to be found here. Will miracles never cease? Give me the bug. Give me the boog. Also, I will try not to ramble about wrestling. Why? Why did you jump off? I'll try not to ramble about wrestling this time. I did enough of that last time. I did enough of that for like 2 episodes last time. Sorry about that. I'm a nerd. What do you expect? There is a certain level of irony to a nerd that watches wrestling. I know I said I wasn't going to ramble about wrestling, but I just remember one other thing that I feel I should bring up. And it's something that, if I had the motivation and money, I'd probably still consider doing. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a wrestler, and I still do. Like, I know that being a wrestler hurts. I know it's a dangerous job, but, like, I still kind of want to do it. And it's not even like I'm a masochist or something. I've always wanted to be a wrestler. It's just one of those things. I mean, I feel like every kid that grew up watching wrestling like I did probably wants to be a wrestler. The bonus I have is that if I were to actually stop and, like, exercise and work out and try to build up some muscle, I could actually probably do it, unlike a lot of other kids that, you know, grew up watching wrestling. That are like, I want to be a wrestler, but they're twigs. They could try to build muscle, but all they're gonna look like is just a slightly bigger twig. Like, I thought he was gonna go the other way. It would be really funny if capturing in Monster Hunter here was like Pokemon. So that, like, I could have just placed the trap and had a chance to actually catch Rajang immediately. Man, if that was the case, speedruns would be nothing but just capture attempts over and over again. I mean, if you think about it, it would make some level of sense that you would be able to capture a monster at basically full health with enough trank bombs. Like, you would definitely need a lot of trank bombs, but you could put that monster to sleep. I mean, it's not like you need to basically beat, like, let's say, an elephant into the, you know, an inch of its life just to put it to sleep. You just use enough tranquilizer and it'll go to sleep. So Frisk is doing anything. Frisk appears to have noticed I've shut the window. I shut the window because one of our neighbors, basically every night, every single night since I've started opening my window at least. I know they didn't just start doing it when I opened my window. They have a fire. Now, I don't mind fires. I grew up in the country. We'd have like a fire like once a week, if not more times than that. Like, I do not mind fires. What I mind is scented wood. And that's all they ever use. And there are times, you know, I've been out near the end of the night when their fire has died down, and I know why that's what they use. Because when you go out near the end of the night, when they're, you know, winding down, all you can smell is weed. And they do this every night. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. And like, it's not something, even if I could like do something about, I would want to, because I'd feel bad doing something about it, because I can just shut my window. Like, it's not an inconvenience for me to just shut my window. Frisk may not like it, but I honestly don't mind it. But it is a bit annoying to always have to shut my window because they decide they don't want to smell their weed, I guess. Like... I pushed all the wrong buttons. Like, it's... yeah. Neighbors like that, I don't like. Like, I'm not a social person. I'm not a fan of people in general, for the most part. At least interacting with them directly face to face. But like, yeah. Like, for one, I'm just not a fan of living next to neighbors that will impair their judgment while they have a fire. Now, once again, I grew up in the country. We did that from time to time. Kind of. Like, quite often, when we'd have a fire, it would be one of my older brothers and one of his friends and me. They, you know, if they wanted to drink, I wouldn't. Mostly because I was too young to drink. But basically, we wouldn't have everybody there impaired at any point. Because that's just asking for disaster. Like, as much as I know there's a bunch of regulations on fire pits and stuff, and I don't know what type of fire pit they even use, but even a fire pit with an ember shield, an ember can still slip out and light something on fire. It just can. The only way to completely, encase a fire so that embers can't escape is to literally encase it so nothing can get in or out. And then you don't have a fire anymore. You have a kind of hot box until it cools off. because it'll have burnt up all the oxygen, and the fire will just burn itself out. Like, so imagine they're all stone, and something catches on fire. What are they gonna do about it? They're stone. It's not a Hershey bar. They're not interested in it. Like, and like I've met some decently high-functioning stoners, but I still personally wouldn't trust them to be the only person manning a fire. Like, fire is a deadly thing. It is not a force to be taken lightly. And, like, I can't know if everybody that chills around this neighbor's fire is stoned. But with how much it reeks of weed when they're done, either everybody there is stoned, or the people that are stoned are just... They're on another world. Because, like, I've been around some, like, stoners when, like, they've got a single joint. Or a couple joints. This smells like 5 to 8 joints had been burned. Like, that's what it smells like. And my guess is with the scented wood is they're just trying to... Is it that? They're basically trying to mask the smell of the weed on themselves. Because that is something that seems a lot of people tend to do. I absolutely hate scented wood. Mostly because it tends to be scented via perfumes. And I'm allergic to perfume. So... they're literally burning and thus filling the air with something I'm allergic to. And, like, I can stand it for a few minutes because it is diluted through the air so much. But after, like, 5 or so minutes, I start getting a very bad headache. And there's really just nothing I can do about it. Aside from just close my window. Which on really hot days kind of sucks. Like, today ain't bad. Could be better. Today ain't bad. But, like, when it's 30 degrees or more outside, I'd really rather be able to have my window open. Because it's probably even hotter down here. And thus having the window open lets in some cooler air. It's not cool, but it feels cool compared to, you know, hotter air. Well, I did succeed in not rambling about wrestling today. Just sitting here like, I have not talked about this hunt at all. But there's really nothing to talk about. It's just another Rajang hunt. Yeah, I'm very off. I know that isn't a massive delay in the audio. That's just me taking a minute to actually say that. Man, Barioth is, like, a hard monster to ride. Whew, I almost didn't get the mounted finisher there. material. I missed the fish. Oh well. I do not know how people would commentate all these Rajang hunts and actually have commentary based on the hunt. You kind of have to just wing it and ramble sometimes. That's what I've learned when it comes to video making. Which is some advice I would give to anyone that wants to get into making videos and like, is just sometimes you just have to wing it and ramble about stuff. That goes double for when you're streaming. Like, people, when they come into your stream, expect to hear you talking. They want to hear you talking. They want to hear what you're talking about. They want... Basically, if someone's come to a stream, they've gone there looking for a person. Now, there can be exceptions to that. This is speaking predominantly for a gaming stream. Like if you decide that you want to do a stream that's like a wildlife stream, then now people are there for the wildlife. They're not there for you in the slightest. But like, just if you want to try streaming, what you need to get into the habit of doing is just ramble to yourself about something. That can be the game or just random stuff going on that you feel like rambling about. Just make sure whatever you're rambling about isn't too complex. If what you're rambling about requires an explanation for people to understand what you're rambling about part of the way through, it's not a good topic to just use as a, you know, topic for filling dead space. Like, somebody that knows this stuff could sit around and talk about rocket science just to fill up dead space. But nobody's gonna understand that. No one's gonna understand what you're talking about. People need to understand, or they're not gonna stick around to find out, because they don't understand. Clearly, whatever you're talking about is above them, and they just... You know, they don't want to feel out of the loop. They don't want to feel not included. Which can be tricky, especially if you're talking about, say, like, semi-complex game mechanics. Like, if I were to do a Pokemon stream, I'm probably going to end up talking about competitive Pokemon, because that's what I know the best. But I know to the average Pokemon fan, I'm, like, talking rocket science. Like, they don't understand a lot of this stuff. Not to the same level I do. I'm gonna get hit. Come on, Moxie. Come on, Moxie. Come on, Moxie. Go. I shouldn't have tried to use my wire bug skill. I'm dumb. And, like, I know me giving advice on being a good streamer isn't, you know, like, oh, I'm so small. I'm fairly confident. I can't say with 100% certainty, but I'm fairly confident any big streamer would tell you the same thing when you're first starting out. You need to just talk about stuff, fill the dead space. If someone shows up in your chat, talk with them. Interact with them. that will make them more likely to stick around, for one. And for two, it gives you a way of filling the dead space. Like, even if you want to talk about the game you're playing, if someone in your audience is asking you, you know, a question that's not related, answer them first. Don't, like, stop playing the game to, you know, wait until you're done answering them and then, you know, because that's going to make them feel bad for asking something. You don't want someone feeling bad for asking you a question. You should be able to just reference back to whatever you wanted to talk about. Like, that shouldn't be exactly a hard thing to do. Like, if someone had asked me a question as, like, say I got, you know, Rajang started its blast attack, and I wanted to mention, you know, watch out for the big energy blast. Rajang's gonna do it again. I have another opportunity to mention that. And on top of that, like, I can just say, hey, that big energy blast, like, watch out for that. Because they've already seen it. They know what you're referring to. Now, you still need to describe it competently so people can actually be like, oh, yeah, that thing. Like, if you say, like, I know Rajang's attacks don't actually have names. But, like, if it had a name, like, I don't know, banana laser. People aren't gonna know what you mean. Well, laser being part of it. Jesus. Stop it, Rajang. He's not even aiming at me, I don't think. He was aiming at Latte or Snow. Slow down. It'd be really helpful if you were, like, right for the capture.
You're a lifesaver.
It would be super helpful. Especially because my nose is itchy. I'm also really tired.
Here it comes.
Jesus, Raja. Stop it. Ow. Hey, Grosshog. You gonna fight the monkey? Any monkey's fighting you. In Soviet Monster Hunter, monkey fight you. Well, no, in this case, it'd be you fight monkey still. Caught on the tree. Yes! Mounted finisher! Mounted finisher! Do it! Damage! Please knock him into being close enough to capture. I mean, he's not tired, so... Okay, he is ripe for the capture. Now I just need to make him tired. Which is not the easiest of tasks. I really hope that it mentions that while he still has some health left. Yes! Stop attacking. I don't care, these are my normal tranks. I just want this done. Bam. Largest size updated. Okay, that makes sense to why that was a big boy. Bam! New pedal ace. I think that's actually the one I like too. So... convenient. Oh.
Good job, buddy.
My throat needed that. Needed a drink so badly. And stuff. And an outfit voucher. We're getting up quite a few of those. Hey, we got a horn. Now Hunter rank 28. Underworld Petalace. Now let's
Welcome to the hub.
turn in the only optional subquest I finished. Oh, I didn't actually have any set. Well, that's why I only finished one.
Back anytime.
Now let's go check out that Petalace, because it's actually something new. You can check it out. First, though, I want to resupply before I forget, because this is me. And that is the Underworld. No, this isn't the one I like. It is better in every way to the one we're using, though. Like, so I will equip it. That is the bonus of doing those quests. Like, we now basically have the Fortitude and Hunting kind of paired together. Actually, this might be the one I like using. I'll have to see the other one, which we may actually go for next episode. But like we do kind of have just the Fortitude and Health Petalaces together, while having. Actually, no, not quite the Health one. Technically, still Health because we're close, but yeah, you get the idea. It's just better. So now I want to come into here and this. Bam. I'll probably try and do that for all of them. For a second I thought that bag in there was a teddy bear. I am tired. So tired. Let's actually end off in our house. Because we can. We don't tend to end things off in here. It's a little Palco blowing bubbles in here. It's our housekeeper. Yeah, with that, I thank you all very much for watching. And hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow, as hopefully I will be less tired. See you all then.